welcome back. Today we are looking at the fastest drag cars, and emphasis on cars because there is two of them. One is going to be DLC and one is not going to be DLC in this video. So I'm going to show you both. If you want to skip directly to the fastest drag car, it is DLC. You can go ahead and click below. I'll have a link below in the description to the time when that starts. Anyways, first of all, the fastest non-DLC drag car right here, the Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale. I'm just going to flip through the upgrades. Obviously, you want pretty much full on everything. All-wheel drive, V12, twin turbos. You don't want to do anything with aero. Tires, obviously drag tires, which people apparently forget. Max out the tire width. Make sure to choose some rims that are the lightest ones you can get. I have some on there already. Drivetrain, you want to max out everything because, well, you're going to have to tune it. Otherwise, it's not going to be that fast. Anyways, guys, that way, brakes, you do actually want to put on all the brakes because it reduces like 20 pounds, 24 pounds of weight. Also, go all the way on the roll bars, not on those, and full on weight reduction. So, yeah, pretty much, and then just max out everything. All this stuff, max it out. You should be at around, let me see, you should be at 1,182 horsepower when those are maxed out, so if you really want to double check, go ahead and look at that. Anyways, the part that's important, the tuning. So here's what I would put it at. I would put the, actually this is lower than I wanted. I wanted this at 25. So you want the front at 25 PSI, the rear at 30. Gearing, all you're going to need to do is take the final drive and slam it down to 3. And then you're going to want all this stuff at 0 and front caster all the way up. Anti-roll bars, that should be how it looks. I don't know if that's normal. I've been messing with things. I know this is different. I'm pretty sure both these things are different, actually. Springs are a little stiffer. Ride height, you want it 3.2 in the front, 3.5 in the rear. Rebound stiffness, bump stiffness, actually. This is supposed to go way up. I'm not sure. I had a really good time, and I lost time. And as I'm doing this video, I'm remembering, okay, I did this, you know, and it's, well, to say the least, kind of irritating. Anyways, this isn't going to make a difference, really. Deceleration, you want it all the way down. I don't have that set up. And that's going to be your setup there. So we're going to apply that. And now we're going to go do a quarter mile and a full mile drag with this car, which I do love that Forza put back in the game, that you can do you can do drag races that aren't online, which is fantastic because you can tune like this, and you can just go and you can, you know, once the whole track is loaded, it gets pretty simple. I know a lot of people aren't very happy that they took out test drive, but if you just go to the track and then you run a race, you can hit restart and you can tune in the setup menu, like over here. Look, you can tune right from here. I can, you know, upgrade tune, get tunes, all that jazz that you need to do in order to get your fastest drag time. So you can do that. It's not that big of a deal. Anyways, let's try and get to our race. All right, guys, here we go. 2-car, quarter mile. I hope I have enough space to do this. I didn't think about that at first, actually. I might have to do one on the test track because it gives me no space. Also, make sure your assists, your traction control is off. So just a lot of people play with it on. Just reminding you, if you want to get the best times in drag races, make sure that is off. Alright, let's see what we can do. I'll see if I can beat my previous record. .789 with a non-D. That's insanely fast. Guys, I did, the best time I got was a 7.725, so we're gonna go ahead and actually do one more of those races. 7.808 it's gonna give us. I thought we had 7.789, whatever. Anyways, that wasn't the greatest start, so we're gonna go ahead and restart that. Try one more time to get the fastest drag time we can in the non-DLC car. Anyways, guys, before you do build this car, I would give you the advice. It does cost more than 1 million credits to build the whole thing, so be aware of that. See, I can just do this restart, and I can, you know, mess around with the tuning more. So, not a big whoop-de-da that they took out test driving for me at least. I know some people are full experts at tuning and garbage, and they know what they're doing, and they're like, oh, test drive is gone, everyone's gonna die. We can't do our mile times in under 18 seconds. That was a bad start. 7.873. Not terrible. Anyways, you're going to always get in that 7.8, 7.7 range. So it's really going to depend on your start. As you guys saw, I had 2 pretty mediocre starts. So it's really going to be more dependent on your driving ability once you get to that 7.8 range. So as you can see, I spun all over the place and did more than a half mile because I was driving all over the track, but still managed to put in a pretty darn good time. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and run this thing on the full mile drag race, and I will see you guys then. Alright, here we are, 2-car, 1-mile drag race. We'll see how fast we can do it this. I am ranked actually really well all time. I think I'm in like 250 something place all time in the 1-mile drag, and it's with this car. So if you do this exact tune and have a good race, there's, you know, less than 300 people in the world that are going to beat you. I'm concentrating. Alright, now we're done with shifts, so I can talk again. 18.769. That is insanely fast. So this is actually the car that I permanently use for full mile drag races. I only use the other car for quarter mile, but 18.796. Let's look at the leaderboard. Obviously, all the top times of these alphas. I'm in... Actually, that's an insanely fast time. That puts us in 232nd place of all time in the Americas. Top 1%. On the race. That was a decent start too. I don't know why we have half our TCS on. Nobody else has traction control on. So we're actually gonna turn that off. I swear I turned traction control off. We're gonna try this one more time. 232nd in the Americas. So 232nd of around, I think it's at like 25,000. So that is insanely fast. Ooh, we're gonna get rewards. I'll just take the credits. Take the credits. Take the money and run. Alright, let's double check to make sure that... We're gonna turn that off. Stability management. And that might have helped us in the quarter mile, but we'll see if it does us any justice in this full mile drag race. All right, here we go. I think that's gonna hurt us actually. Might actually hurt us, not help us. We're still gonna get going. This car is perfect because it tops out right when you hit the mile. Look, 270 right there. 18.835, another blisteringly fast time for the Alfa. Anyways, we're gonna move on to the DLC car now, which is the Plymouth GTX. So we're gonna exit out of here, and I'll show you the tune and upgrades for that. Anyways, guys, here we are for the Plymouth, and upgrades. It's already got like 2,000 horsepower, so it's completely unnecessary. You're gonna want to stick it on to all-wheel drive, though. This is basically gonna be the same type of thing. Neither of these, but you're gonna want to go to the hood to take off those critical 7 pounds right there. I think all of them take off 7 pounds, so it doesn't really matter which one you choose. Obviously, drags. Drags, there you go. These giant 325s in the front and 345s in the rear, and then you're gonna want to throw on some rims that take off as much weight as possible. I'm not sure how much might take, 17, 34, somewhere in that range. Weight I'm taking off, which is actually decent. clutch all the way, all this stuff all the way, same thing as the Alpha. And then you're going to want to do the brakes again, just for weight. These all the way, both roll bars, and then all the way on weight reduction. Was I not all the way on weight? Okay, I was. And then that's about all you can do for the Plymouth. It's not going to let you do any power because it's only got 2,000. And as you can see, I'm doing 0 to 60 in 1.385 seconds, which is insanity. Now, this car is tuned specifically for quarter mile, so that's the time I'm going to show you guys with it. PSI at 28.5 for both. Gearing, you're going to want to slam down to 2.35. Alignment, straight zeros, leave the front caster 5. Anti-roll bars, there you go. Springs, there you go. Ride height, you're going to want almost all the way, yeah, maxed out. And then you're going to want rebound stiffness like this. There's nothing for aero. Braking, obviously you're going to want to take off all deceleration. Brakes, leave, and so that's really all you're going to have to do for this. If you guys need any more time on it, you can go ahead and pause the video. No, I don't want to change my setup. My setup is great. Anyways, we're going to head over and do a quarter-mile drag race. We're going to do 2 quarter miles in this thing. Alright. I actually prefer the airfield because it gives me a ton of space, even if I do crazy spin out. We're going to do any because otherwise I'm just going to destroy everything. Got to double check, make sure, yep, traction and stability. Alright, here we go, my big quarter-mile car. This you can tune. There's so many videos of people already tuning this car for the mile, so that's why I decided not to make a mile one for you guys. And it's such a pain to try and move it back because I've set it up to a point where I'm beating almost everyone I go online and race with this thing. And so that kind of discourages me from changing it. Gotta nail all the shifts. 7.558. Insanely fast. We're gonna go ahead and do one more and see if we can go even faster. I've been trying so hard to you have to do it perfectly. I've been trying so hard to get a time under 7.5. We'll check the leaderboards after this, but anything under 7.5 would just be absolutely Alright guys, insanity. Here we go, our last race. Let's see how well we can do here. Going against Wyra BC. .541. Oh my god, this car is insanely fast. Anyways, guys, we're not doing the mile in this car. As I suggested earlier, you use the Alfa Romeo. They're a lot faster. Let's actually check the leaderboard for this. Yep, the Plymouth is up there at 7.194. That is insanity. It's just going to be based on how well you launch the car and how well you shift. Jeez Louise, there's a lot of cars up here. Yeah, that's insanity. Anyways, guys, as I said earlier, I suggest you use the Alfa Romeo for the 1 mile drag race. You can mess with that. You can also mess with this tune. This tune is definitely not perfect, but it will get you where you need to be if you need to beat somebody. You guys can mess around with it too. Be sure to leave a comment if you mess around with it. Find a better way to do it. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.